Since the beginning of the 20th century, the shoebox model has been considered the standard concert hall design by placing the orchestra directly in front, face to face with the audience. Nowadays, halls are designed in a horseshoe shaped with curved walls that reflect sound to reach ears from both sides. But all the conductors still swear by sound traveling in one direction as the most sonically pleasing. That it is disturbing to hear sound coming from a different direction than the one they're looking at. That my black body is a fetish on stage, but an exile pearl off of it. As Dr. George J.C. explains in her book, Black Bodies, White Gazes, the black body is a spectacle devoid of intrinsic value. It is an exotic object that is placed on display. Unfortunately, this phenomenon has made it easier to demonize us, turning the violence against us into a spectacle sport. From picnics and lynchings, to souvenirs made of our body parts, to sharing videos immortalizing police brutality. Our deaths remain a spectacle, one in which the white people can turn away from. Unfortunately, we cannot. We have to face the music. Artificial Mugs offers this extended verse so that we may not look away from our heartaches, because our pain and despair is not for display. Reverb. 85% of sensory perceptions taken in through the eyes. While architects are designing and arranging the seating arrangement, they determine that a physical and intimate relationship is important between the audience and the orchestra. You see, the ability to see the face of the performance and the expression and emotion upon it can influence the way you perceive the performance. Which is to say, if a black body falls on stage and everyone was there to see it, did you still hear it? Which is to say, a black body is born, sold out performance, and each day is spent trying to convince you that the skin and screams are coming from the same body. You see, in a small concert hall, sound reverberates for a period of time. Even after the source has stopped emitting sound. See, to have long reverberation is known as a live environment. But when sound dies out quickly, it is known as a dead environment. Which is to say, this land is the most lived and dead environment at the same time. Which is to say, my black body is only loud when it's dead. You see, on the day of a large symphony, musicians are placed on this movable platform that can be adjusted to achieve the desirable sound balance, depending on how loud the instrument is. So something loud like a tuba or Eric Gardner will be placed on the lower platform not to suck out the air. Ayanna Jones' violin will need to get your attention. You see, the ceiling skyline is made with 4 layers of glass, 4 feet of Sandra Bland's lungs. In between those layers, to trap the sound inside the hole, to trap the sound of her slow, hissing, aspirated cell hanging from being heard on the outside. So to have long reverberation, in a live and dead environment, staging is just as critical as the environment. You see, in a performance of 100, 60% is made with dead strings, and they're placed front and center for the audience viewing pleasure, for they are the most quiet individuals, and must be multiplied exponentially if they're ever to make a note worth hearing. You see, because a Black Death is only loud when you can't hear it. And the best way to kill a performance is choosing to hear it once and never again. And during the performance, the conductor controls every aspect of the show. And he has the uncanny ability to erase his performance to a dead environment while rising black on black lives and blue lives matter into a live environment. His favorite song to play is a Black Boy, Symphony, Crescendo, 559 deaths in 2017 and still counting. Especially his auditory climax, where he uses his baton and gun to rapidly charge off the Tamara Rice section, a 12-year-old boy from an A minor position to a B flat position in 2 seconds. And the Black woman's song travels in a different frequency, always so sharp to statistic ears that the audience can't actually hear with keyboards, broken body, and out-of-tune mouth. See, it's a build-up from a murmuring intro to a gargantufatismo. So no, it is not dependent on the performance skills, but the acoustics, the environment, and the position of the audience is. You see, when Stonewall riots and the key of sonata gets drowned out in white noise frequency, so the voice is a metrodome or a trumpet, depending on who your God is and what reverberation. Your body responds to. There is blood that paints black space now. And there is a scream that bends into a low sigh. And there is space eager to be filled with melody. For we are witness to the descending of a black body and a scream. Not occurred in the same breath. But the sight doesn't match the sound. And as the air leaves our lungs and enters the instrument hole, it is translated into despair. And that reverberates beyond the walls.